Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is now just 97 days away from its official release by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio, as well as creator George Lucas. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, what's really exciting about Episode 9 is that we do know that this movie is, of course, going to answer many of the burning questions from The Force Awakens that will be answered in this film, as well as setting up brand new questions at the very beginning of Episode 9 that will ultimately be answered at the very end of this movie. And what's really great about this is that we do know that this film is not just the culmination of the Skywalker saga, but it's also a film that's being used as a foundation to create brand new Star Wars content for the future of this franchise as we go into the 2020s. Now, on top of all this, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the big plans by Disney, Lucasfilm, JJ, and crew, this is where things begin to get very intriguing for Episode 9. Now, specifically, it's described that during the rewrites of the film for the months of November and December of 2018 is when George Lucas was heavily involved with the adjustments of the second and third acts of the film. It's explained that George was significantly involved with the final scene of Episode 9. It's described that the final scene is said to contain a certain tragedy related to Palpatine's legacy and his life's work, and that Palpatine's legacy is said to lead to a dramatic change to the character of Rey and who she will become in the film's last sequence. It's explained that the final scene of The Rise of Skywalker will also involve a tease of Rey's future and where she is going, and how Palpatine's legacy is said to be a part of Rey's life in a very unique and unexpected way. Now, it's described that the ending of the film will take place on a planet in the original trilogy, and that the set took roughly 2 months to build to film the sequence back in March of 2018, or should I say 2019, during the first phase of reshoots. Now, the scene is also said to contain a brand new theme for Rey, and that it's said to be a very dramatic and inspirational scene for the audience that will be unpredictable. So let's go over a couple of parts about this. Now, we do know that this film is going to be very important to Disney and Lucasfilm. In fact, that's why there are a lot of reshoots that took place earlier this year, and why there's reshoots taking place right now during the month of September is because they want to get this movie right. They want to get it to the point where it's going to satisfy a majority of the Star Wars fans, which honestly, you know, I think that's going to be a very hard task, because it's all a matter of execution and, of course, you know, listening to the fans and what they want to see on the big screen and how it's all really going to fit together into this movie. So, with that being said, the ending of Episode 9 sounds like it really is going to be something very much unpredictable. Something to do, of course, obviously with Rey's journey into the future. The thing that gets me, though, is how it's said to involve Palpatine's legacy as a tragedy in The Rise of Skywalker, and that really is something of great interest. Does that mean, of course, obviously, that Palpatine dies and leaves something behind that is erased? That's one big question open on the table for discussion. Could it also be a very big indicator and/or a hint connected to the previous leaks that we went over that Rey is indeed a Palpatine after all, and that perhaps, maybe and just maybe, she doesn't carry on Palpatine's legacy? That's another big possibility. Again, like I say, the other thing is that one of the planets based in the final scene of Episode 9 is said to be from the original trilogy. So this could be Endor, it could be Tatooine, it could be Yavin 4 for all we know. But one great thing about Episode 9 is that this film is actually said to contain a brand new theme for the character of Rey, and of course a brand new musical piece for the very ending of Episode 9 that is said to really be a legendary track by John Williams that he worked very hard on. Now, you can really see what they're trying to do. They're trying to make this film, you know, very much inspirational when it comes to new Star Wars fans coming in. That's going to make them watch the previous movies. You know, what world is that? I want to see that world from the past Star Wars films. So if I really had to throw in my 2 cents here, I think that the world that we are going to be on in the final scene of Episode 9 is either going to be Tatooine or, of course, the world of, or the forest moon, I should say, of Endor. It's going to be one of those two, because we do know that for certain Endor is back in The Rise of Skywalker. You know, it's official, it's back in The Rise of Skywalker, so that's one thing to look forward to. But the other thing alright, is Palpatine's legacy being a part of a tragedy and how it's going to cause Rey to be in a different place at the very final scene of The Rise of Skywalker. So what does that really mean, right? Does that mean that she hides the fact that she's a Palpatine? That's a possibility. You know, there's a lot of hints, like I say, that have been going around out there, that she is the granddaughter of the Sith Lord Darth Sidious himself. And it could very well explain why she has that accent. A lot of people have always been wondering, you know, why she's got the accent that she has. And now you can really match it up. But anyways, I would really love to hear what you guys have to say about everything related to Episode 9 and how they're really trying to really make this a very, I guess you could say, legendary movie or a film that's going to mark itself down as a classic within the Skywalker saga. So anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to morning.